G'day everybody, welcome back to Cooking with the Riz. Today we're going to have a fair bit of fun. Just going to be doing 3 different desserts, okay, for you. The first part is this here. This is for the choux pastry. I'm going to be making profiteroles, the chocolate eclair, and the Spanish donuts churros. With the churros, I'm going to serve with a bit of chocolate sauce and caramel sauce, and I'll have the profiteroles with custard inside, and that recipe is on another video of mine. And so I don't have to make that. I don't have to show you that, rather. I've got to make it, but I don't have to show you because it's on another video. And so without further ado, I will get stuck into this here. But what I've got here, this is for the choux pastry only, what I've got. So we've got a litre of milk, 600 grams of plain flour sifted, 250 grams of butter there, unsalted butter. I'm going to use, I'm not sure how many eggs yet, but maybe around 14 eggs, I'm not sure. You just play that by ear. Just depends on the size of the eggs and so forth. But you don't need to have you don't want a sloppy mix. You don't want a very soft mix either. It's got to be a little bit sort of, not firm, but it's got to hold its shape. Because if it's too soft, it'll just collapse when it cooks and they'll be flat. You don't want that. And a little pinch of salt goes in, and I've got 50 grams of sugar as well. So I'll get started doing that. I'll take everything over there to the stove and I'll show you what that is all about in a sec. Alrighty, so my milk and my butter is melting in this pot here. It's coming up to boiling point shortly, not very far away. So I've got my sugar in here as well and the little pinch of salt, and all you got to do now is put the flour in. So just wait for it to come to the boil, which is not very far away. All right, so it's getting very close here. She's coming to the boil now. So you throw your flour in all at once, okay? Oh, geez. Mix it all up. It'll come together, so don't panic. And remember to sift the flour. Alright, so see how it's coming together now? And you've got to keep mixing this. Maybe just turn the heat down a little bit on there. So you've got to cook this still. Oops, drop some out. Okay, so have to just keep mixing it. And this is your choux pastry, or the start of it anyway, until you put the eggs in. So just keep going around. It's a bit of a hard job. Takes a bit, but that's okay. Get your muscles going. So you need to just cook this out until it comes away from the pan. All right. Okay, just like that. All right. That's good. Beautiful. That's probably it there, guys. See, it's come away from the pan, from the pot. Just want to cook it a little bit. All right, that's pretty good. Okay, so that's the result you want. So you got the milk, the butter, the flour, obviously, the salt and the sugar. So and that's what you need when you do this. After you put the flour in, give it a good stir up. It all comes together like this, and you mix it until it comes away from the pot like it has. And that's basically it there. All right. Okay, so that's it, guys. Okay, so that's how it is. like that. All right. And then you just got to let this cool, because you can't add eggs to this, they'll scramble. So let this cool for a little while. Maybe give it, I reckon nearly half an hour, I reckon. Put it in a mixer if you've got a mixer, otherwise you've got to use a hand mixer. So I'll go and get mine, let that cool down. And then I'll show you what that is all about very soon. Okay, so I'm adding in the eggs now to this. So I'll just crank up the speed a little bit. I've put a couple in, or I've put 3 in already. All right, this is number 4. So always put your eggshells in the spot where they came out from, so that way you don't lose count how many you've used. All right, so that's number 4. Just turn it down a little bit. And don't use your whisk attachment. Use your K-beater, okay? If you don't, your whisk will get damaged. Oops. Alright, so in we go. This is number 11. So it's getting pretty close to consistency I want. Just turn it up a bit like that. Have a look at that consistency. Needs a bit more. Remember, it's the size of the eggs that matters. These are 700s. But if you're using smaller eggs, you'll need more, obviously. So it's 13. This will be 13 now. So I'll just crank up the speed on that. Good. Let me have a feel. And I can go a bit more. Remember what I said, you don't want this to be too soft, otherwise they'll just flatten when you pipe them out, and you don't want that. This is pretty good. I might just get a spatula and... Yeah, I reckon that's a good consistency there. Yep, that looks pretty good. When you do this, it needs... Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe go another half egg. You can maybe go another half egg or so. I'll try a half egg and we'll see how that goes. It's pretty good. Not bad. Now just a little tip for you as well. When you're making this, if you do bugger it up by putting too many eggs and it's too soft, all you got to do is make up another small amount of the mix that I did on the stove earlier on with the flour. Just make a small amount of that. Don't go adding flour straight in here, you'll just buggerise the whole thing. So just make up another small mix of it and just add it to this when it's cooled down. And that's how you fix it. Alright? Pretty easy. Yeah, I reckon a little bit more. Alright, up we go. Put the egg white in. So that half an egg or full egg, if you go too much, it can just be way too soft. Let's have a look. I reckon that's pretty good. Okay, so I used 700 gram eggs and I used 12, 13, 14, 15, I used 14 and a half eggs. Okay, and that's how the mix is. That's it, done. So it's pretty good. Not too hard, is it? All right, so I'll get this into a piping bag in a minute and I'll show you about piping them out. Okay, the oven is on. I've got that on at 170 for fan forced. All right, so put the mix in the piping bag. And don't go putting too much in here because it'll be hard for you to squeeze out. Alright, so we just do that. So I've got no nozzle in here because I want them just to be like round like that. So you push it down. Alright, so what you do now is quite easily. I'll start from here. You twist the bag like that and you hold it in your hand like that. Whoops, it's coming out. And you just squeeze them down there like that. And that's it. Then afterwards we'll get some water and we'll push them down. So you want to leave a little bit of a space between them. Okay, 2 or 3 centimetres or 2 centimetres because they will rise. Pretty easy, eh? Really? It's quite easy. I might actually might just push a bit more on there. Put a bit more. I haven't made these for a long time. It's been such a long time. Alright, so make nice big ones. Alright. So it's pretty easy to do, isn't it? Really. It's not that hard. Just got to have confidence when you're doing this. Alright, if they fall over like that, don't worry, just lift it back up again. I'll get some water and we'll push these down a bit later before they go in the oven. Okay, so we'll go and put some more in here. So you roll the bag over your wrist like that, over your hand rather. So these are the profiteroles. And then I'll do some eclairs after these. Okay. Remember, push it down like that. Just put it down. Feed it down. You just want to squish the air out a little bit, so twist, twist. And there we go. These will come out nice and big, these ones. Twist again, push it down. As you empty the bag, just slide down more. Remember to twist and hold it in your hand so you can squeeze. Another way you can do this too is with a Ziploc bag. You can use one of those if you really want to. Yeah, you just put it in there and just snip off the end and pop. You don't have to do them this size. You can do them smaller if you like. But this size here is, it's okay. It's not a bad size. Okay, so I'm going to put them in the oven. I've got enough in here. I've got to make sure I've got enough for the Churros and the Eclairs. So I will just put these ones in the oven. And then I'll do some Eclairs in a minute. But the Eclairs are just long. You just make them long. Actually, I might show you. But I want to put that star nozzle in here now. So it's going to be a bit messy. Alright, so let's try this. So remember, profiteroles, no nozzle, Eclairs, you want a star nozzle, nice big star nozzle like that. Alright, so I'll try and get it in there if I can. Yeah, I think it's in there. Let's see what happens. There we go, that's better. Oh, I need a bit more mixture in there. So just take your time doing this job. Don't rush. All right. Lisa's my partner, loves these eclairs. She has them all the time. Okay. Right. Push that down. Just like that. All right. Twist. Let's go another one. There we go. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted to see. There we go. I'll do fresh cream in these as well. There we go. All right. And the Churros will be later. I'll show you that when because I've got to deep fry those, or shallow fry them, whichever one you want to whichever one you choose to use, what term. I'll just get a bit of water. I'll wash my hands. So I've got a little bit of water here, so I'll just push them down a bit, just like that. See? Okay. That's all you need to do. Just make sure they're little tops like that aren't pointy. And what you can do also to help these rise is splash a bit of water on it, on the tray. So this one's gone down there. So that helps them to rise as well. So I'll do that in a sec. That should do it. So just get your fingers and just flick it on like that. If you've got a spray bottle, just use a spray bottle. But I don't have I meant to get one yesterday and I forgot. It's weird, isn't it? You go shopping with a list of stuff, you come home and you forget things that are on the list. How's that work? It's called not looking. All right, let's put this in the oven. So you want to put these in there, so that's at 170. Let's see how they go, hey? And you want them to be dry. So when you cook them, you don't want them in there for a short time because they won't be dry. So you want to just make sure that they are dry. So just grab one, you can test it. Maybe open the bottom up to see what it's like inside. Just cut a hole in the bottom, and if it still feels moist, put them back in. But I'll show you that soon when they're cooked. Alright, now I'm making the caramel sauce for the Churros, the Spanish donuts, as they're known to be. So I've got 2 cups of caster sugar in here, and it's melting down really nicely. I don't know if you can see that or not, like that. See the colour of it? We'll get a bit darker, but it's melting down nicely. Just be very careful with this because you get a bit of this on you and it'll burn you like anything. So be very gentle. Okay, don't have the flame too hot. Okay, it's still melting away. And then, so I've got two cups of caster sugar. I've got 180 grams of butter. I've got 240 mils of cream here. And then I'll put a couple of teaspoons of salt in there as well at the end of it. So this is going very nicely here. Just make sure that the sugar has dissolved in there. All right, because the next part is the butter goes in, and you got to be very careful because it might splatter a little bit. So just be very, very careful with that. Okay. That's really good. Noisy, aren't they, those fans? So this here, you can even have this on ice cream. The kids will love this on ice cream. Even the adults. Alright, so I'm going to put the butter in there because I reckon that colour is pretty good. See the colour of that? Oops, sorry, you can't see. There you go. How about that? See? Alright, so that's pretty good, I reckon. You don't want to take it too far, because this is just the sugar in here right now. Okay, I will put the ingredients up for you as well on the side, somewhere up there or up there. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of butter in now. So so just be careful because she's really bubbles away here. Alright, be very, very careful. Don't go putting it all at once, just put bit by bit. Hear it boiling? That's how hot the sugar is. Hear that? Imagine that getting on your skin. That's why you'll be very, very gentle with this one, okay? Put a bit more butter in there. So you just keep putting this in until it's all melted. All right. Stir, stir, stir. Another bit in. So I'm going to make some chantilly cream to go with the eclairs, and then some chocolate sauce to go with the profiteroles, and custard. I've got to make some custard. Alright, so put that in. I might grab a whisk actually. Get rid of that. That's better. See, it really thickens up nicely. It's quite indulgent, this, I must say. Lots of bubbles on top from the butter. A lot of bubbles. At this point you probably put the rest of the butter in. Alright. So just whisk it all in. Nice and thick. Remember, not too much of a high heat. Make sure it's low. Don't want to burn it. Okay. Wow, that looks good. Now I'll add the cream, a little bit at a time. See, this is cold and that's hot, so just be very careful, okay? Just drizzle it in. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Oh yeah, she's boiling up, this one. Whew. Drizzle, drizzle. There's a lot of heat in here. Whoa. Be careful of the steam when your hand's over the pot, because I just got a little bit of steam, not burnt, but I just copped a bit of the steam then. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, yum. There we go. This, my friends. Woohoo. Oh yeah, yum, yum. Ooh, yummy, yummy, yummy. That looks really good. I'm not going to put my finger in there. So you take it off the heat, just let it whisk in. So just whisk it all nicely, make sure it's all combined nicely. All right, and there you have your sauce, your caramel sauce. Let's get rid of that. Oop, all over the door, very good. And I'll just show you with a big spoon how nice that is. Look at that. Hey? Isn't that beautiful? So just put this into a container, let it cool for a while. And then just use it at your heart's content, but I'll show you later when I put all these things together. And yeah, we will have fun eating it later. I can tell you right now, I will be. All right, see you soon. Okay, so now, so the caramel sauce is done, and I forgot to put the salt in there, so I have added the salt in as well. You may have noticed that I did not put the salt in like I was supposed to, but that's okay. I remembered it's in there now. And tastes damn good. Now I've got the chocolate sauce going on here now, so I'm using 85% cocoa chocolate, okay? And into this, that's I'm using 300 grams of chocolate. I've got 70 grams of sugar, and I've got 150 mils of cream and 150 mils of water. That all goes in, all right? So with the milk, with the cream and the water together and the sugar, the chocolate does not seize. It's amazing. And now I'll put it on my double boiler over here. And remember what I said about the double boiler? Don't have the water boiling rapidly. Do not let the water touch the bottom of the bowl because it'll burn the chocolate. And always use something other than a wooden spoon to stir, whether it's one of these or a stainless steel spoon or something like that. So I'll put that on here now to do its business. And I've got a little thing in there so it doesn't make the water boil, so it doesn't create a seal around the bowl when the bowl touches the saucepan. So I've got a little metal thing in there to keep the bowl up a little bit. All right, so that'll do that. That'll just do its thing over there. And what I'll do here, this is just some chantilly cream I'll do, which is basically cream and, I'm not putting sugar in it, just some nice vanilla paste. Yum, yum. That's it. And I'll give that a good old whisk till it's nice and stiff peaks, because I have to wash my whisk. I haven't washed it yet. So I'll do that, and then that'll be ready as well. And then all I've got to do is make the custard. Then put it all together for you to check it out. So I will see you very soon. All right, guys, the chocolate sauce is ready here. That's all nice and decadent, looking at me here. Now I'm going to show you how to do the Churros, Spanish donuts. Pretty easy, really. All you need to do, got your mixture in your piping bag. Just have your oil. I've got peanut oil here. You can use vegetable oil. and just cut the end off with a knife. Dip it in the oil so it slides through. Squeeze some out to length. Doesn't matter what length it is, whatever you like. Squeeze it out and just cut it off. Pretty easy. Squeeze some out and cut it off. And that's pretty much how you do it. And then they come out looking like this beautiful looking thing here. Have a look at that. Hey? And then now I'm going to roll it into some sugar here, some cinnamon sugar. And sometimes if it's got curves on it, you have to use your fingers. It won't pick it up in the pan. Alright, so pretty easy to do that job. So you just put them in here in the cinnamon sugar, toss them around, just like so. Alright, just like that, see? Toss it around. Yummy, yummy. Oh, these are good. I've already tried a little one. And let me tell you, they are scrumptious. So that's all you need to do with those. So just keep your eye on what's going on with the oil. Whoop, I turned it down. I think I turned it down a bit too much. And just turn them with a slotted spoon or something like this here. Alright, just let them cook away. Alright, and then I'll plate up in a minute and I'll show you the end result. Righto, this is the end result for the Eclair, the chocolate Eclair, my profiteroles, the churros with the caramel sauce here and chocolate sauce. So I've got the custard in here. I've got a piping bag and I've got a little nozzle in there. All you need to do with that, some people cut a hole in here, you can, or you just push it in. You can just push it like that and just fill her up. You'll feel it, whoop, look at it, look at it blowing up, look at that. Beautiful, full of custard. Just a vanilla custard. Fill it right up, you can feel it bulging out now. Look at that. There you go, see? And that's all you do. So, yes, I put the custard in there and you'll be right, in the piping bag. So that's the best way to do it. Any other tips for you? Oh yeah, the chocolate sauce recipe that I did before, add a bit more cream to it. It was a bit, it was a bit too hard, a bit too stiff. So just add probably another 150 mils of cream, and that should sort that problem out. All right, so without further ado here, let's have a look at the result. So that's the, if I can cut it, it'll be great. So that is the beautiful chocolate Eclair. Look at that. See? Yeah, yum, yum. All right, and just let me wash my hands, sorry. And I'll cut this in half as well. And there you have the beautiful custard-filled profiterole in there. See? So with that, you just put a bit of chocolate on it. Pinch a bit out of this bowl. Put a bit of chocolate on here as well. It's gotten a bit cold, so it's stiffened up a little bit. That's all right. And away you go with that. I'm going to have a try. All right. Yum, yum. That is good as. Very indulgent. You know what they say, a minute on the lips and a lifetime on the hips. But who cares? Have fun. You only live once. So yeah, that's really good. The custard in there. All right. The Eclair is an Eclair, so I'm not going to try that one. But the churros, easy. So I got my caramel sauce here and my beautiful churros. Dunk, dunk, as you do. All that beautiful, airy. That cinnamon sugar is fantastic. You can eat these just with the cinnamon sugar, just like a donut. But look at the air in there. That is great, really good. Now caramel sauce, salted caramel sauce just goes so well with it. And then you got your chocolate sauce as well. So that is really yum, yum, yum. You can even add a bit of cream if you really wanted to, if you had to. But yeah, that's good. Wow. Peoples, smash that like button. Subscribe. Hit the little bell next to subscribe. And I'll keep eating here. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Until next time, happy cooking.